Tijuana is falling apart. The city has failed to keep up with decades of growth. Now its infrastructure is buckling under the weight of 2.2 million residents. This three-story apartment building collapsed in April after a rainstorm. City officials are currently monitoring 12 other buildings at immediate risk of collapse. This is the result of heavy rain, shoddy and sometimes illegal construction, and lack of investment in public infrastructure.
So there's no prevention, and there's not also a way to modernize.
So says Carmen Romo. She's an activist with Tijuana Calidad de Vida. The group monitors Tijuana's failing infrastructure. Romo believes that the city could and should do more to prevent these catastrophes.
I mean, what's happened is that the city, it comes out with more a reactive action on whatever it's already broken, but they don't actually have like these programs to rehab, modernize, and maintain.
Making matters worse is Tijuana's geography. The city is full of steep hills and deep canyons that are particularly vulnerable to deadly flash floods. The currents are strong enough to drag children into sewer drains and sweep cars off the road. Corpses regularly wash down to the bottom of canyons.
Just south of here, we found 2 teenagers who drowned.
Illegally built homes on hillsides add to the crisis. Experts say roughly 40% of all homes are built without permits. Many don't have a foundation or retaining wall. The hills don't have vegetation to prevent erosion. Juan Enrique Bautista Corona is director of Tijuana's Urban Development Department.
All of this is based on the fact that they don't respect the rules and regulations.
This is all happening while Tijuana is experiencing a housing boom that's partly fueled by Americans looking for more affordable housing options. Rents in Tijuana are among the highest in Mexico, and supply is limited. Bautista Corona says the city is doing what it can. Staff monitor homes at risk of collapse and ask residents to relocate.
Some people don't want to leave. Unfortunately, we can't remove them by force.
That dynamic shows why this problem is so difficult to solve, says Juan Manuel Rodriguez Esteves. He's a professor who's been studying this issue for decades.
It's a problem that looks simple from the outside, but gets complicated once you start looking at the details.
Rodriguez Esteves says that people are generally aware of the risks of living there, but they have more pressing concerns.
They're worried about getting to work on time, taking their kids to school, paying the rent.
But the city can't blame it all on illegal construction. It's also a matter of enforcing existing rules and regulations. That building that collapsed in April, it was approved by the city.
There are a lot of regulations in Mexico. The problem is no one enforces them.
Activists are not optimistic about Tijuana's ability to turn things around anytime soon.
El cambio climático es inminente.
Climate change is imminent. I'm sure that these rains are going to be the least of our worries. We need to be prepared.
Meanwhile, the crumbling continues. Gustavo Solis, KPBS News.